Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So, this has been requested so many times on my other cast videos because I don't really do a lot of cast videos on my channel, but I definitely prefer to build houses for you guys instead. But the last couple of cast videos that I've done have been rainbow themed. So I did like straight up rainbow sims, and then I did the rainbow mermaids, followed by, actually I think I did Max's makeovers of all the new sims they put out on the gallery. So that's a couple of months ago. They came with an update. They basically updated all the standard sims you get when you start a new save. So not in the world, but in cast itself, or so in Create a Sim. I've got a few comments from people saying they hate when I say cast. It's just faster than saying create a sim, so I say cast. Anyways, so I did a makeover of those, and then I went back into Create a Sim again a couple of months later, or a month later or something, and I did the Rainbow Witches. But on all of those videos, you guys have been asking for rainbow vampires. So I started watching True Blood, which is one of my absolute all-time favorite series. I love that series so much. If you guys don't know True Blood, it's about vampires. And we're also in October, which is of course the Halloween month. So I thought it would be fitting to do rainbow vampires now. So I hope you guys that have been asking for this video for so long by now, I hope you will enjoy it. I did have a lot of fun with it, I will say. They're definitely not like clothed in the same way as, or they're not wearing the same kind of clothes as the vampires in the game are. I like to, like style-wise, I like to take inspiration from True Blood a little bit more, so they're not in all that gothic getup and all that stuff. Their clothes are definitely a bit more on the normal side. However, I still tried to make it look like they were sort of badass, and they're a little bit punk-ish, some of them. They definitely... Their outfits are a little bit more daring compared to normal outfits, I want to say. So, but I had a lot of fun with these sims. It's been a while since I've created any vampires in the game whatsoever. I think the last time I did any cast video with a vampire was my pastel vampire or something, which was last Halloween. So it's been a long time, but I also don't make a lot of sims anymore. I definitely stick to building houses and decorating apartments and all that stuff. So yeah, it was fun. I also decided to mainly focus on their dark form, because if I had to focus on both, like both their normal form or day form or whatever, and also their dark form, and like make the two not identical, it would have taken, this video would have been twice as long, basically. So I decided to just focus on the dark form. So they look the same in their normal form, so how they look when they're not out to bite people and stuff, or bite other sims. But I hope that's okay with you guys anyways. It is a bit more fun to focus on the like proper vampire form instead of, you know, they're basically day-to-day form where they look like normal people and stuff. So yeah, I hope that's okay with you guys. I also struggled just a little bit trying to find proper clothes for these girls, but also like hair colors are a little bit too, for example, orange is a very happy color in my mind, and vampires are like creatures of the dark. So how do you make those two fit? Like yellow hair as well is very, it's like the sun, so how do you make it fit on a vampire that's a creature of the night? So I was struggling a little bit with that. I decided to just completely flat out ignore the fact that both the orange sim's hair and also the yellow sim's hair, they're both very colorful, like very vibrant hair colors, but I didn't really have anything else. I still wanted their hairs to be the proper colors, because otherwise it wouldn't really be like a proper rainbow cast video, you know? So I decided to just flat out ignore it, and I hope that's okay with you guys as well. So you'll see like the orange sim's hair is very vibrant, and you'll see the same with the yellow sim's hair. But then when I got to green and blue and purple and also pink actually, I found hair colors that were just a little bit toned down, so they fit the theme overall a little bit better. It was just orange and yellow I was struggling just a little bit with. Because, like I said, those colors are very happy. They remind me of like day and the sun and summer and everything that a vampire is not supposed to remind you of. So there's one thing I should have probably pointed out at the start of the video, because I keep getting comments about this even now, to this day, on my other rainbow videos, from people thinking it's annoying that I include pink in these videos. I know pink is not a part of the rainbow, but I just want every color to be different, like every sim in these rainbow creator sim videos to have a different color. And blue and indigo are way too close for my liking, plus I can't really find proper indigo colored hair or clothes in my game, so I decided to just swap out one of those and add pink to the rainbow instead. I've seen other creators do rainbow themed videos as well where they do the same thing, also because pink is such a fun color to play around with in creator sim as well, so it just makes sense to me. Plus it adds a little bit of cuteness as well, because pink is a very cute color. So you don't need to point it out in the comments. I am well aware. I know pink is not a part of the rainbow. I just wanted to include it anyways. So yeah, but that's basically about it. And then we've moved on to the yellow sim. Now I had to go for the same color same eye color as I did with the orange sim, just because I couldn't find the right color for these contact lenses. I did decide to go for like these sort of darker, kind of scary eyes for all of the sims basically. I think I'm using 3 different ones actually. They're all contact lenses. And also, if I haven't had time to make a CC list yet, I'll try to do it as soon as possible when I get back from my workout today, because I have to leave the house or leave the apartment in like 45 minutes, and it's going to take me possibly 3 hours or so to make the CC list. So it won't be done before I go. It probably won't be done when the video is up, but I will do it as fast as I can, like as soon as possible. And I'll update you guys on the community tab once it is done. It'll be linked in the description box down below. And yeah, I just wanted to point that out as well, because I think still haven't had time to do the one for the Rainbow Witches, because I made that video while I was moving as well, so I was really short on time and I still haven't had time to catch up with everything. So I'm also missing the CC list for that video, but trust me when I say making a CC list for these kinds of videos where you're making 7 sims takes like 2 to 3 hours, straight up 2 to 3 hours. I don't know if I'm just slow at it or whatever, it just takes ages. So give me some time and I'll catch up eventually, and I'll keep you guys updated on the community tab. But it's definitely something that I want to give you guys, because I know that it kind of sucks when I'm using all this CC and then you guys have no idea how to get your hands on it. Like, it's just here in front of you, I'm showing it off to you guys, and then you guys don't know how to find it. So I'll do my best also to support the CC creators a little bit as well, so you guys can go visit their blogs and stuff and see what other CC they've made, because there's a lot of good stuff over on Tumblr. Or Tumblr, is that how you pronounce it? Tumblr? Yeah, that sounds more right. Okay, because there's a lot of good stuff over on Tumblr, so I will do my best to make sure that you guys can find the creators that I mostly use CC from. That made sense. Okay. The green vampire, which is the one that we're doing right now, kind of ended up reminding me of a zombie for some reason. I don't know if it's just because of the green color that I went with or whatever it is. It might be some of her facial marks as well that I'm using, but she just kind of, I mean, it could possibly be because of the green color. Something with Minecraft as well. She reminds me of a Minecraft zombie. I don't really know why. There's just something about her. But she's definitely a vampire. I did forget to fix the teeth on cam for some of the sims, but it should be fixed in the uploaded version of these sims. So I will be uploading them to the gallery, by the way. They are older sims that I've used before in like, I think 5 of them are from my Planet Create a Sim video, which is like a year old or possibly more than that. So they are sims that you've probably seen on the channel before if you've watched all my Create a Sim videos. But again, if I had to create all these sims from scratch, I don't think that's the most interesting thing. Like, when you're watching Create a Sim videos, you don't necessarily want to see exactly like how the sim is made when you're pulling the facial features and stuff like that. So that's why I personally prefer when people just use older sims, or maybe they use like a pre-made sim or something and then they just put CC on it. I think seeing the CZ being used or the outfits being styled is the more interesting part of creating sim videos. So that's why I do that for my sims. I just use older sims that I've like made in other videos, or really, you know, make sims before turning on recording, so that process is kind of left out a little bit. I just personally prefer seeing people play with CC instead of seeing people actually make the sims. So, but let me know what you think about that, by the way. If you would rather me include like the pulling of the facial features and all that stuff, definitely let me know. And also if you want to see me make planet sims again, definitely let me know too, because that was a lot of fun. And I feel like since the video is so old, and I think my channel has grown like over 100,000 people since then, it might be a little bit of fun for you guys to see that or see me make the planet sims. And yeah, definitely let me know if there are other bigger creative sim videos you want to see from me as well. Also let me know in the comment section down below. I am definitely up for like 5+ sims. I think those kinds of videos are a little bit more fun because I don't personally like really quickly made cast videos. I prefer like group cast videos where you see lots of CC and it's just a little bit more fun. Those kinds of themes are a little bit more fun, in my opinion at least. So the next one that we are doing is the blue sim. I was having huge issues with her outfit. I felt like the kind of route that I was going, or the direction that I was going with, was just a little bit too, like she was a little bit too bare. I felt like she wasn't really wearing a whole lot on her upper body, and I didn't really like that. I think I turned, like, in the end, I kind of went with the vibe anyways, because I figured she's a vampire. Like, vampires are badasses and can pull off basically just about anything, so I figured it would be okay. Plus, she's probably not cold or anything anyways, because, you know, the undead part is kind of whatever. But yeah, I think this hair as well is new actually. I don't recall me ever having seen that in my catalog before. I did do like, I CC shopped for about 2 to 3 hours before I did this video because I'd saved a lot of stuff on my CC Finds blog that I just hadn't downloaded yet. So I was CC blogging or reblogging a lot of CC like 2 weeks ago or something. It got to the point where Tumblr had to tell me to stop because like it just shut off. It said, you've reblogged too many posts today, and it wouldn't let me reblog anymore. That's how much CC shopping I was doing that day. I just hadn't taken the time to sit down and download everything because I think that's super boring. So I did that the other day before I started recording this video, before I started doing this video. So I have lots of new CC in my game, and I think that hair is one of them. I think this top is possibly one of them too, but I'm not fully sure because I have one that looks a lot like it. I think I have two actually that looks a lot like this one. I want a top like this in real life, I just can't pull it off, but it's like a mesh top, and I think they look super cute. They're just a little bit difficult to style, plus I would feel so cold because you can't wear it under a sweater or anything like that. You can't wear it under a sweatshirt or a hoodie because then obviously you can't see it. You have to wear like a smaller top underneath, or maybe a smaller top on top of the mesh top. Like, well, you could wear the one that's a little bit loose and then covers, you know, your whole torso, but maybe not the arms because you still have to see the mesh fabric. But I don't know, they're a little bit difficult to style, but I think they are so cute. I definitely want one in real life just to play around with it, but I haven't found one anywhere, not yet. Plus the weather is getting pretty cold here in Denmark, so it might not be, you know, the season for it anyways. So maybe it's a good thing. I'm definitely gonna stick to more like sweaters and knitted tops and stuff for the next while, just because it's getting cold. So anyways, for the purple sim, I actually was reminded that, because I have a tendency to forget that we have tattoos in the game, I don't ever use them. I used one on the red vampire to start out with, like the very first vampire that we did. In this video, I used this sort of like, it's not a chest tattoo, it's an under boob tattoo, I suppose. So you can see it in her, when she's wearing that dress that I put on her, you could see it still. It was kind of peeking over the, what do you call that? Cleavage? I don't really know what that's called, like a cutout in her dress, whatever. neckline. That's what it's called. You could see like peeking out from her neckline. But then when I got to purple, I was like, you'd set your mind on putting tattoos on all of these Sims, and then you freaking forgot what happened. So I was like full on face tattoos, and she needed some on her chest as well. And then I forgot it again for the pink Sim, of course, because tattoos and me, apparently, I think they look beautiful in real life. I'm very into like arts and that kind of stuff, so well-made tattoos are beautiful to me, but don't have any myself. But for some reason I just forget that they're a thing in The Sims. I have a lot of them, like a lot of CZ ones too, but I just completely forget about them when I make Sims. So I just had to overdo it a little bit for the purple one here, but I think she turned out cute. Her hair is new as well, as far as I remember. I think her dress is new as well, actually, and I decided to style it with some fishnet stockings and also some high-heeled boots. And then, of course, she got a shirt around her waist as well, just because I felt like the dress on its own was a little bit too simple and also a little bit too purple, so I needed something to kind of break it up a little bit. So I decided to go for the shirt, and yeah, I like how her outfit turned out, and I love the contact lenses I put on her as well. I think they're beautiful. I think I went for the same ones for the pink one here, actually, even though her eyes are not completely pink. They're sort of like pink purple-ish, but the other eyes or the other contact lenses that I had to choose from weren't pink at all as far as I remember, so I kind of had to go for them. But I think they are possibly some of my favorite ones to go for either vampires or aliens, and also, what's the last thing we have? Mermaids as well. I just think they're really beautiful. You could also use them for spellcasters, I suppose, but considering spellcasters don't have a second form, I feel kind of weird dressing them up in either, you know, green skin tones or blue skin tones or just Berry Sims skin tones overall. So like very color, you know, Berry Sims, like very colorful skin tones, like purple skin tones and that sort of thing. Very unrealistic skin tones, basically. Or dark eyes like we're using today. I just like to dress them up in more, like, so they look kind of human, like regular Sims, but still maybe are a little bit cooler than regular Sims. I don't really know. I'm not making any sense right now. I just think it's weird making them look really unrealistic. But, like, so, because they can't swap over to a second form. Whereas with vampires and mermaids and also aliens, you can kind of go crazy in their second form because they always have the other form to kind of hide their true selves. So, yeah. So the pink one is the last one that we're doing, and I did want to go for a bit more of a sweeter vibe to her, but at the same time, I wasn't really feeling like making her look like cutesy while the other ones looked a little bit more badass. So I think I found a middle ground. She's wearing, or she ends up wearing, both fishnet stockings and also thigh-high boots. And then she's wearing this cute little pink dress and also a white leather jacket. So instead of going all out on the black and then just a little bit of color that's inspired by the rainbow, I decided to tone it down just a little bit with some white instead. So that's probably the sweetest thing she's wearing. Like, I don't know, it's not as dark. Her clothes are not as dark as some of the other Sims in this video, but I still think she looks badass, and I think her hair is new too as well. It does have a little bit of blue in it, but I thought it would be fine. Also because I really liked the hair color, like the pink color itself. It's kind of salmon. It's not fully like full-on pink. It's a little bit peachy, but the other pink hair colors that I had were just a little bit too pink. So I thought it was nice that I found one that was a little bit more toned down. Also considering what I said earlier in the video, that I didn't really want all the vampires to have super vibrant hairs, because that's not very vampire-like. It's a little bit too colorful, so I found one that's a little bit toned down. And I really like how she turned out, but that's about all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!